Hey, I hope you're well. I wanted that to be a warmer welcome, but I'm feeling somewhat jaded today, um, and also kind of a little frustrated at Apple. But there again, it could be a veiled kind of sign. I think it really is. My charger, power adapter, MagSafe power adapter that charges my laptop has just stopped working. I only bought it about 8 months ago when I replaced the other one, and when the other one started to go, um, yeah, I opened it up and I kind of fixed it, and it kind of worked again. Um, but this one, I couldn't get it replaced today because the store I bought it from was closed because it's actually Good Friday, ironically. Um, didn't have the money to actually buy another one. Didn't want to buy another one. I'm down to 32% of my battery. Um, but yeah, it's weird, strange day. Like I say, a veiled kind of message to myself. I'm distancing myself, or I feel like yeah, getting away from the machines. I think there we go. Um, we do have somewhat of a dependency on machines. I've kind of always kept a, well, I say a safe distance, but I feel somewhat entangled in that world, especially doing these videos and stuff, because I kind of need the computer if I'm going to convert a video file or edit anything together. So I'm spending time in front of one of these things, quite a bit of time, more than I'd probably like to admit. I think most of us are probably a little bit kind of yeah, clock it up, figure out how much time you spend in front of the things, because it really is yeah, not good, not good. I mean, even it's well, I don't know what this video is going to be about. I was going to call this video, and I am going to call this video, um, The Invisible College and the Illusion of Knowledge. Somebody left me a comment the other day about looking into the Invisible College, and said I'd like that rabbit hole. And I kind of did. I started to kind of look around a little bit. Some of the information coming to me, I mean, even the title, it was familiar, and just that concept alone, the Invisible College, yeah, fascinated me, and it kind of resonated with me on some level. I indeed feel like I've been attending and am attending an invisible college, as are we all, and the illusion of knowledge was a paper that I read. I'm going to try and bring it up. I'm feeling a lot calmer now that I'm kind of opening up. I'm kind of owning a bit of this stuff. The illusion of. Anyway, what this paper, or this, I don't even know what it was I was reading. Scholarly articles. There's a couple of people that have read. There's a couple of people that have written articles. I don't know which one it was, but essentially the gist of it was, when we live in a reality where information is so readily available, we become a little bit kind of not ungrateful. I don't. I'm trying to put my finger on it. We become when we know we can go and get the information, we become kind of a bit too confident in our grasp of what is important information, and when it comes to kind of how much information we can actually hold at any one time. I was playing around with the idea the other day, and the the correlation between computers and human beings, or the human being, the organism, the vehicle, and how it's more of a kind of overmind interface. It's not that our mind resides within. We, in essence, are kind of like a mobile device. Well, we are a mobile device, but we've got a hard drive, and we've got a capacity on that hard drive, and we've got a RAM, and in many respects, you know, this is just the way I understand myself. And when my hard drive has been overwhelmed, you know, when I've just kind of been on a information binge, or down one of these rabbit holes, or many rabbit holes, or I've been using the internet a bit more than I should have done, you become fried. You know, it's too much, and you think that you're keeping all of this stuff, you know, somewhere, you know, when you kind of obtain it. And it's nice to kind of share these stories and stuff, but a lot of this information, and what I'm beginning to glean from this is yeah, it's just like stuff, you know, it's just like more stuff, and I feel like I've had enough, you know. I feel like I'm full, you know. It's just overload, you know. From yeah, I'm okay, you know. I'm feeling yeah, sick from it, you know, kind of like that too muchness, and yeah, like over, and that's why I say this thing with the cable. And I've seen that kind of how we can become too reliant on the internet, or how I can become too reliant on the internet, or how maybe people can become too reliant on the internet. I can easily get frustrated when my Wi-Fi doesn't work, which is pretty much every morning on my iPad, what I'm filming this on at the moment, and I get frustrated because I haven't got that connection, you know, and yeah, it's just the standard. I just feel like I'm better off without it, you know. And this paper that this guy wrote, I just get it so much, which is because I definitely see a decline in intelligence, a decline in kind of actual real intelligence in people, like intelligent conversations that you have with people, without them referencing the internet or something that they've learned on the internet. And yeah, I'm beginning to kind of really not trust it, you know. And all this kicked off with my child. I don't know what happened the other day. Read into this what you will. I was going to set up iCloud, and the only reason I was going to do it is because I took a photo on, I think, my iPad or my phone or something like that, and I wanted to get it without having to plug cables in. And as soon as I did, I had to access iCloud or whatever, or set up my iCloud on this Mac again, and then I got a message bing up on my iPad. I used to think that was pretty cool, that the iPad talked to the phone, or the iPad talked to my Mac, and my phone talked to my Mac, and they all kind of synced. But this time round, I kind of didn't sync them up, and it kind of frustrates the computer. And what I found with the iCloud, with the way that it kind of hoovers up, as soon as you've got new pictures or documents or whatever, I know you can adjust the settings, but it's almost like it just wants it. And then I was constantly getting messages that I'm out of storage, buy more, buy more, buy more, and I shouldn't have to put that stuff anywhere. I don't need to. I don't want to. It's not a paranoid thing or anything like that. Who needs that much stuff? You know, I've got like 2 terabytes between this and this. You know, and none of the stuff on there anymore is really precious. You know, and when it comes to photos, I heard someone else saying about how how many photos do people have of themselves now? How many do they need? When do they ever kind of? It's just astounding, you know. Yeah, I saw there was a Dorian Gray Mandela effect, and I referenced Dorian Gray, and yeah, I didn't know about that effect, and yeah, I think it's a portrait of Dorian Gray, and somebody tried to debunk it by saying that the French title to the book was Le Portrait Dorian Gray or something like that. But yeah, the whole idea that kind of the camera like kind of steals your soul is very interesting, you know. And I'm gonna kind of show you my eyes at the moment. One thing I've noticed, I don't really ever look directly. I wouldn't even know how to look directly into your eyes. But yeah, these guys that have been on the internet for quite some time, they got the dead eyes, you know, and you can kind of tell by people that have that spend that much time in front of a computer. I don't think I'd have to meditate half as much if I used the internet half as much, you know, and I feel like indeed, the static electricity alone from things, it fucks with me, you know, and I feel like kind of when I take my shoes and socks off and walk barefoot on the earth, which I'm very luckily I'm able to do that, just kind of minutes away from my front door, I feel it kind of leaving me. When I take kind of Epsom salts bath, I feel that kind of that just the static. It's not harmonious to me, you know. Whether that's kind of intentional, you know, when these devices, because the whole just the physical thing of just this sitting like this, you know, it's not beneficial. What was I going to touch on? I had a musing some time ago, and I think I just come back from a journey or a trip, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I had this idea for a story that, in fact, electricity, what we perceive to be this kind of electricity that actually kind of power these things, it's actually us. It's taking kind of like that magnetic, electric, whatever, and sucking it into these devices. This stuff that comes up on these screens, whatever, they have to make it more and more entertaining, and these kind of rituals we have to do with these kind of things, like editing and kind of interacting with them, is just a means of keeping us here, like at the thing. And yeah, that's how I felt like energy was being harvested. Through kind of, yeah, we're just willingly sitting there, kind of giving our energy. So yeah. Oh look, I've gone into rambling madness today. I know I have. This is a oh, that's quite a cool camera. This is a VW keyring, right? And you can probably see where it snapped off at the top. And it's quite an interesting story behind how I got this. I got this in 2012, right? And I was living in a community at the time who had a store where they sold things that were donated to the charity. And this was in the store one day. And I got it, and I gave a donation for it, and I had it on my keyring. And I was back at the community, and I put my keys down, and a girl that actually worked there, another girl that worked there in the office, said, "Oh my God, that's my keyring that I donated. I donated it," and then I ended up getting it, and that kind of linked up. But whether or not that had the brake in it, whether or not VW always had the brake in it, I really, I think I'm a little bit, yeah, I'm just not getting caught up in it anymore. I'm really not kind of, I just don't have the brain space to entertain that anymore. You know, whether this, that, the other. You know, things that I know, I fucking know, right? I'm not going to debate with anybody. I'm not going to muse over things. I've got enough that I'm kind of working through. But this thing fell off my keyring only a few weeks ago. So not long after I kind of started this whole endeavour into YouTube, making these videos. Yeah, that fell off. Loads of mad stuff going on around it. All the songs, all the movies. Every time the radio goes on, it's crazy. You know, really overwhelming. You know, and I just need to just disembark for a bit, and yeah, let this all kind of sink in. You know, it's beautiful, it's glorious, it's personal, it's becoming really personal. And as much as I love kind of opening up and doing this, and I will do more of this, right now I need to kind of be with me and be away from these things, you know, and just see how I feel. I'm going to get out of concrete as well. I'm going to move out to my carriage. So these are kind of like a before and after. This is going to be like an old Dorian Gray portrait. But yeah, I found access to, it's not knowledge. I don't want to say knowledge anymore. I found a nice place to kind of dwell within myself. And it beats computers, TV, it beats it all to hell. You know, and it's a familiar place, and I don't need drugs to get there. I don't need anything to get there. And when I say drugs, I've used drugs throughout my life. You know, I mean, this kind of helps. You know, it helps ground me. But that place, that the plants guided me to. You know, I'm able to get there on my own now, and like I say, that's where I need to be, just for a bit, you know, and it just astounds me that kind of only kind of 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, meditation was hard. Dropping out of this place and cutting myself off was hard, and now I want to do it more. You know, I need to do it more. I need to do this less, you know. But yeah, check out The Illusion of Knowledge, because I think we're just becoming so dependent on the fact that we can go here. This feels like middlemen, you know, these devices. Go straight to the source, you know, and how much information do you really need? How many stories do you really need? And that's all it is, you know, stories and snake oil salesman. You know, it's not a nice place at the moment, the internet. I'm sure it's going to change and transform like everything does, but and like I will, you know. But yeah, I feel good for sharing today. I hope you guys are all well. I'm going to try and reply to some comments and stuff and get a bit more involved in this channel. But all these videos have been up until now. It's me kind of aligning myself, you know, and yeah, I'll just drop in from time to time, you know, and let you guys know how things are going. But yeah, it's Good Friday today. Happy Easter, you know. Yeah, happy resurrection. Yeah, perhaps that's what's in store for me. Anyway, take care. Have a good week. Have a good month. Have a good year. Have a good infinity. Keep being you.